Hello students, I welcome you all to the online video lecture on course Turbo Machines. So this is the third video lecture on course Turbo Machines. In lecture number 1, we have seen the definition of turbo machines, the principal components of turbo machines, and the differences between positive displacement machine and the turbo machine. In the second lecture, we have seen the classification of turbo machines. So this is the third lecture in which we are going to study the application of dimensional analysis to the general fluid flow. Okay. So the remaining two videos, the lecture number 1 and lecture number 2 are there in the playlist. So kindly follow that playlist. Okay. Video playlist. So let us see the application of dimensional analysis to the general fluid flow. Okay, let us consider a general flow problem of a turbo machine to analyze the various parameters involved in their significance. Okay, so if we consider any turbo machine, we have number of variables and parameters. So in order to get the relationship between those parameters, those numbers, the concept of dimensional analysis plays a very important role. Okay. Now the dimensional analysis we have seen in the fluid mechanics subject, like we have seen the various methods, like the Buckingham pi theorem, which is used to find out the various dimensionless numbers that correlates the various parameters or the variables. Likewise, here also we are going to use the Buckingham pi theorem. Okay. Now let us look at the statement of the problem. Performance of turbo machine depends on the following variables. So any turbo machine, the performance of any turbo machine, that depends on the variables like discharge, that is Q, speed, that is N, size of the rotor or the diameter, that is D, the energy per unit mass of flow, GH, the power P, density of fluid rho, dynamic viscosity of the fluid nu, and using the dimensional analysis, and we have to obtain the pi terms. Okay, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 variables, and out of these 7 variables we have to get, so for these 7 variables we have to get the number of pi terms, the dimensionless terms. Okay, so here we are going to use the Buckingham pi theorem, which states that the number of variables, if the process involves the number of variables, say n number of variables, and that process involves, that variables involves m number of fundamental variables, then the number of dimensionless terms or the number of dimensionless pi terms are equals to n minus m. The difference between n minus m will give number of pi terms. Okay, now the general relationship we can write as the function of Q discharge, N speed, diameter D, GH is energy per unit mass, power is P, rho is density, and mu is the dynamic viscosity. So there are 7 number of variables, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So therefore number of variables n equals to 7. Okay. Similarly, the number of fundamental variables, the fundamental dimensions or fundamental variables m equals to 3. Here we have length, mass, and time. Only 3 fundamental dimensions are there. Fundamental dimensions: mass, length, and time. Okay. But if the process involves, this is a general discussion. This discussion is not the part of this video lecture. Okay, this is a general discussion. If the process involves the temperature parameter also, then we have to consider m equals to 4. That is a fourth variable, fourth fundamental dimension. That is mass, time, length, and temperature. Like if the process involves the thermal conductivity as variable, okay, and the entropy as a variables, okay, which are the functions of the temperatures. So but in this situation, in this particular case, we don't have any the temperature variable, so that's why we have to take 3 number of fundamental dimensions, that is m equals to 3. Now the number of pi terms required are n minus m equals to 4. So we need So the number of pi terms n minus m equals to 4. Now the repeating variables. Next step is to identify the repeating variables. The first one should have the geometrical parameter like thickness, length, diameter, etc. So in this particular statement we have the diameter as a geometrical parameter. Next one we have the speed, and next one we have uh, the flow parameter, that is density. Okay, so let us choose these three as the repeating variables. Now the dimensional variable, dimensions of these variables. Okay, so for each and every variables we have to write in its dimensional form. Okay, now we know that the discharge, the SI unit for discharge is meter cube per seconds. So for meter cube we have L cube, and the second time parameter is in the denominator. So let's take to the numerator, we'll get t to the power minus 1. Similarly, the speed is in RPM, revolutions per minute, per minute. So time parameter is in the denominator. So take it to the numerator, you will get t to the power minus 1. Diameter is, the unit for diameter is meters. So L, as it is L. Now the specific energy is GH. G is acceleration due to gravity. Its unit is meter per second square, and H is the head. Its unit is meter. Okay, so meter per second square and meter, it is meter square per second square. Meter square per second square is a unit for GH, and meter square meters is a length, that is L, and for the time we have to take t. So it is in the denominator, take it to the numerator, you will get t to the power minus 2. So L square into t to the power minus 2 is a dimensional form for specific energy. Similarly, the power unit is in watt. So uh, let me expand this. So the unit for power is watts, and watts can also be written as joules per second, joules per second, and the joules can also be written as newton meter per second, newton meter per seconds. Now newton can also be written as, newton is a unit for force, newton is a unit for force. So newton can be written as mass into acceleration, because F equals to m into a, force equals to mass into acceleration, mass into acceleration. So the unit of force is newton. So newton can be written as, for mass we have kg, and for acceleration we have meter per second square. Okay, for mass we have kg, the newton can be written as kg meter per second square, per second square. Okay, into mass by second as it is, into mass by second as it is. So ultimately we'll get in the numerator kg. For kg we have mass m, and meter square, meter square. So for meter we have length, that is L square, and in the denominator we have second cube, second square into seconds, that is second cube. If we take it to the numerator, you will get t to the power minus 3, t to the power minus 3, and hence the dimensional form for power is m L square t to the power minus 3. So these are frequently asked questions in competitive exams. So what is the dimensional form for power, for viscosity? Okay, so he'll ask these things. Okay, these are very important things. Okay, so this is a simple way. If you are unable to remember these dimensional form for typical units, then you can do the expansion as I have done. Like, okay, fine. Now we'll go to the density. So the unit for density is kg per meter cube. For kg we have mass m, which is in the numerator, and in the denominator we have meter cube. So take it to the numerator, we'll get L to the power minus 3. Similarly, for dynamic viscosity, the unit for dynamic viscosity is Newton second per meter square. So this is the SI unit. This is a SI unit for dynamic viscosity. Okay. Actually, the standard unit for viscosity is, so this is a general discussion again. So the standard unit for viscosity is poise or centipoise. The poise is the unit for the dynamic viscosity or absolute viscosity. So one poise is nothing but 10 to the power minus 1, 10 to the power minus 1 Newton second per meter square. Newton second per meter square. So this is the unit for, this is the SI unit for poise, or this is the unit conversion. So this is a general discussion. Okay. So just remember guys, the Newton second per meter square is the SI unit for the absolute viscosity. Okay. So sometimes in examination he will ask uh, one poise equals to how much Newton second per meter square. So you should be in a position to write. So one poise equals to 10 to the power minus 1 Newton second per meter square. Okay. Now how to write in the dimensional form? So Newton second per meter square. Again, Newton can be written as kg meter per second square, as we discussed. Newton is a unit for force, and force can be written as mass into acceleration. Mass is kg and acceleration is meter per second square. That is meter per second square. This is a unit for newtons. Okay. Similarly, the second is as it is. So here second as it is, and in the denominator we have meter square as it is. Meter square as it is. Okay. So meter, 1 meter will get cancelled, second and 1 second will get cancelled. We are left with kg per meter second, kg per meter second. So for kg we have m, for kg we have m, and for mass, for length we have meter, which is in the denominator. So take it to the numerator, that is L to the power minus 1, and seconds, that is a time parameter, is also in the denominator. Take it to the numerator, you'll get t to the power minus 1. So this is the form, dimensional form for dynamic viscosity. Okay. So in competitive exams, he will ask for the typical examples, like typical units, like what is the dimensional form for viscosity, kinematic viscosity, dynamic viscosity. Okay. The power, etc. Okay. So this is a brief discussion on how to write the units or the variables in the dimensional form. Now the next task is to find the expression for pi 1, pi 2, pi 3, pi 4, that is the dimensionless numbers or dimensionless forms. Now the first one is pi 1 equals to dn rho. So we have selected the three are repeating variables, three variables as repeating variables, that is diameter, speed, and rho, that is density. So for pi 1, write down the pi 1 equals to d to the power a1, n to the power b1, and rho to the power c1, because diameter, speed, and density are the repeating variables. Okay. Now the next one is except these three, how many variables are there? Four variables. Okay. Except these three, how many? Four variables are there. That is discharge, the specific energy, power, and dynamic viscosity. For each pi terms, we have to take the Q, GH, and power, and lastly the dynamic viscosity. So let's take Q here. Okay, first Q here. So for repeating variables only, we have to take the index, that is unknown A1, B1, and C1. So now pi 1 is the constant. Pi 1 is the constant. Okay. So that is dimensionless number. It is a pi 1 is constant. So constant can also be written as m to the power 0, L to the power 0, and t to the power 0. So anything raised to 0 is 1 again. So we'll get 1. That is a constant in the LHS side. On the RHS side, do write the dimensional form. For diameter L, raised to A1 as it is. For speed N, T1, T to the power minus 1, raised to B1 as it is. And for rho, that is meter per, that is kg per meter cube. M, L raised to minus 3, whole raised to C1. And for Q, we have L cube, T to the power minus 1 as it is. Now, in order to get the value of unknown, that is A1, B1, C1, just compare the coefficients, just compare the bases. Okay, fine. Now, equating the powers for m, L and T. So if we equate the powers of m, on the LHS side we have 0 and on the RSS side we have m to the power C1. So C1 equals to 0. We can get C1 equals to 0 here. Okay. Similarly for L, if we equate the powers of L, that is length, L to the power 0 as it is equals to, so here L to the power A1 is there, A1 as it is, minus, so here L to the power minus 3C1, so minus 3C1, minus 3C1, and lastly L to the power 3 is there, so plus 3 as it is. So substitute C1 equals to 0, you will get A1 equals to minus 3. A1 equals to minus 3. Similarly, for time, on the LHS side, T equals to 0, that is raised to 0, T raised to 0. So on the LHS side, 0 equals to, here T to the power minus B1. So here B1 as it is, and here minus T1 is, minus 1 is there, T to the power minus 1 is there. So write minus 1 as it is. So minus b minus 1 equals to 0. So we'll get b equals to minus 1. So this is the answer for b1. This is the answer for here b1. Here suffix should be b1. So after getting the value of a1, b1 and c1, just substitute in this equation, that is pi 1. Okay, so pi 1 equals to d to the power minus 3, n to the power minus 1, rho to the power 0 and q as it is. So ultimately you will get the first pi term as q1 or q divided by ndq. So q divided by ndq, rho to the power 0, it is 1, it is constant 1, so ignore it or take it as 1. So q divided by, take it to the denominator because its power is minus or negative. So ndq. So this is the first pi term. This is the first pi term in the dimensionless form. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now similarly proceed to find out the pi 2 term. So proceed in same way. So for pi 2, let's take the specific energy gh. For pi 2, let's take the specific energy gh. Now pi 2 equals to d to the power a2, n to the power b2, rho to the power c2, gh as it is. Now for pi 2, repeat the same procedure, m to the power 0, l to the power 0, t to the power 0, and write all the dimensions. Okay, but here gh term dimensional form is L square t to the power minus 2. Okay, now for pi 2 term, you are supposed to take the indexes as a2, b2 and c2. For pi 1, you have taken a1, b1 and c1. Similarly for pi 2, you have to take a2, b2 and c2. Repeat the same procedure. Okay, repeat the same procedure, get the value of a2, b2 and c2. The procedure is same here, and you will get pi 2 as gh by n square d square, gh by n square d square. Similarly pi 3 term, so for pi 3 term we have the power p. Okay, so d and b raised to a3, b3, c3 as it is, and proceed in same way after substitution. After substituting all the dimensions, repeat the same procedure, you will get the pi 3 term as p divided by rho n cube d to the power 5. Okay, lastly for the dynamic viscosity, the pi 4 term as pi 4 equals to d to the power a4, n to the power b4, rho to the power c4 into the viscosity term as it is. Now after this, repeat the same procedure by writing the dimensional form or the various dimensions. Fine. Similarly, after comparing the powers of m, l and t, you will get the c4, a4 and b4 values. Okay, substitute in that equation, you will get pi 4 equals to d to the power minus 2, n to the power minus 1 and root to the power minus 1 into mu as it is. So you will get pi 4 term as mu divided by rho n d square. This is the fourth pi term. This is the fourth pi term. Okay, is that clear? I hope this is clear. Okay, so this is how we have to find out the 4 pi terms by using the Buckingham pi theorem. Buckingham pi theorem. Okay, so this completes the video lecture here itself. In the next video lecture, that means in the lecture number 4, we will study what is the significances of these pi 1, pi 2, pi 3 and pi 4 terms in the analysis of turbo machines. Okay, so this is the most expected question in exams. Okay, so just the question will be like this: what is the application of dimensional analysis to the general fluid flow? So you have to write the statement of the problem, and you have to use the Buckingham pi theorem to find out the various uh, pi terms, that is pi 1, pi 2, pi 3 and pi 4. Okay, so if you have any doubts anywhere, any queries, you can put your queries in the comment box. And if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, so kindly like, share and subscribe my channel, and please don't forget to press the bell icon so that whenever I put a new video on YouTube, you'll get the notification instantly. Okay, so stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you and have a nice day.